How's everybody doing? This is aka OnStar, and welcome to another episode of Free-to-Play Frenzy. This week we are covering Perfect World International, brought to you by Perfect World Entertainment. It's their flagship game, and it's a pretty fun game, and also one of the first free-to-play games I ever played, several years ago when I was back on a break from WoW. Now, let's kick this off with the character creation, the first thing a new player would do. Now, this doesn't have a WoW style class setup where it's you pick your race, then you have 5 or 6 classes to pick from. It's more of you pick your race and then you get 2 classes to pick from. And if you want different classes, you got to pick a different race. And so you've got the humans, which has their Blade Master, which is a Plate Warrior. You've got their Mage. Then you get the Untamed, which is the Barbarian, and the Venomancer. Barbarian's another Plate Wearer, and then the Venomancer. It's a cross between WoW's Warlocks and Hunters, so it's a pet class that focuses on poisons and stuff like that. And then you got the Winged Elves, and they are clerics and archers, hunters without pets, essentially. And then the first expansion race is the Tideborn, which is feels kind of like a dark elf with mermaid. They've got the whole fin ears. It's just an odd. It's a dark elf mixed with a fish, is what it looks like. And their classes are the Assassin and the Psychic. The Assassin is, it's WoW's rogue. It's a fairly standard class. The Psychics they're kind of a hybrid caster. It's a ranged casting with healing abilities. And then the final race is the Earthguard, which is the newest one. And the Earthguard can become Seekers and Mystics. Seekers, what do they do again? Oh yes, they're warrior types. They're melee. You can tell I haven't played them. I'm looking at the website right now because I don't have a character for this race. It's another warrior. Damn. But then you get, where is it? What's the other one? Mystics, that's right. If I remember, I actually looked at this one in game a little bit. This one is, they're kind of a jack of all trades. Closest thing that people might know is a shaman from WoW. So, that's really what they feel like, is a lot of elemental feeling to the spells, but they can damage, they can heal, they can support. It's an all-around jack of all trades. Now, once you get your character out of the way, you gotta go start leveling, and here's one of my gripes. Leveling, back when I used to do it, was a bitch. Pardon the language, but it was. There's a word I can use to, really describe what leveling was, and that was grindfest. I got my Barbarian to 30-something before I stopped, because it was just, I have to go kill another 10 skeletons for this quest. Okay, they're dead. Oh, go kill another 10 skeletons for another quest. Fine. And so I stopped playing. The grindfest aspect of it really was annoying, combined with the fact that when you die, your experience bar resets to 0 for your level. So you don't lose levels, but if you're like 99% of the way through to the next level and you die, you pretty much do lose a level. It's really annoying, because you could be at 99% to like 36, and you die, you're back down to 0, and it's so annoying. Now, if I remember correctly, there's ways to reduce the XP you lose you can buy them from the cash shop, which I'll touch on later. I find it annoying that you die, you lose XP. which really hurts it with the grindfest feel. Now, I looked over some of the patch notes for the latest expansion, and they actually increased the missions. They increased the experience and coins you get from the starter quests, and then from 30 up, they increased the missions. I think the last expansion, and then from shut up phone. Bloody telemarketers. But they increased from 30 up. They increased the number of quests you can do, and then from the latest expansion, they actually increased the level 50 to level 80 quests. They actually increased the number of them. It looks like, increased the rewards and decreased the kill count, from, if I remember the patch notes correctly, which is really good because the entire game seems to be balanced around end game. Not, I won't say balance, that makes it seem like lower than 90 is crap, which it could be. But everybody's trying to get to level 90 and get the R9 gear, which is the 9th refinement, which I might as well talk about it now. The cash shop is a huge part of the game, which irritates me. Because if you are a truly free-to-play player, you are basically screwed. Unless you have like millions of hours to devote to grinding and farming mats. Because when you get gear, you can refine it to increase its stats. Similar to WoW's new Valor Point upgrade system, but you can do it a lot more. And so the R9s, or 9th refinement, is essentially the top level gear, max refinement. And when you refine your gear, it has a chance of breaking. Yes, you heard me right. I said breaking, as in gone forever. Yeah, it's annoying. So here you are running level 90 dungeons, and you're like, oh, I need to refine this. If you don't use cash shop items, there's a pretty good chance you're going to lose that piece and have to run the dungeon and farm the items to make it again. Yeah, so you have to use cash shop items to reduce that chance. So that's why I'm not a fan of the cash shop, because aside from the refining, Perfect World. I won't say Perfect World International, because this isn't just in Perfect World International. It's in almost every Perfect World Entertainment game. The cash shop is almost always a massive part of the game. You can do it free, but you have to grind. It's really annoying. But aside from that, if you like ambience, if you like the character designs, it's actually a fairly fun game. There's a good player base for it, but you won't find much at lower levels. Almost everybody's just rushing and trying to get to max cap as fast as possible, so you won't find much in the lower levels. But overall, it's a fun game if you can overlook its flaws. Personally, I'd give it a 6. Maybe higher, maybe a 7, just for nostalgia's sake for me. But it's a good game. People should check it out if they want something to do. But this has been AKA OnStar. Hope you all had fun.